other day.
Matt, what was your relationship like with Aaron when you first got here, and then can you maybe talk a little how it grew and through time, through the years, what it was like?
Yeah, we had a great relationship. I thought it was a great collaboration of just all of us coming together and spent a lot of time together, especially that off season during COVID of trying to really bring more clarity to our offense of what we wanted to be and what we wanted to do and why we wanted to do it. And there was a ton of great conversations that led to us going out there and having a lot of success together.
What do you think, how do you think Aaron was with Jordan, and what did you see that Jordan maybe took from Aaron or learned from him? Or
Yeah, I thought he was awesome with him. He did a great job just being supportive with him, trying to give him nuggets all the time. And I think Jordan leaned into that, and, just the mastery that he has of our offense, I think of the protection schemes that we do. And no, I thought it was great for both people.
when it comes to play style, can you see any influences of Aaron in the way that Jordan plays the position?
I think at times, yeah, but they're both their own quarterback. But I think there's at certain times you can see some similarities.
What are those similarities or influences?
Well, I think it all starts with just the footwork. We're both teach the left foot forward and gun, and Aaron was a great model for just how to perform the correct footwork on whatever play it is, and just the detail that goes into it. So I think there's some similarities there.
Matt, you guys have had Micah for almost 2 months now, and he's been probably as advertised on the field for you guys, but I guess maybe behind the scenes, what has maybe stood out to you the most, or what's maybe been unique about him to this point?
Well, I think he's done a great job of coming in and fitting right in and being one of the guys, and the guys embracing him. So you can definitely feel him out of practice, just how hard he practices. And yeah, he's been great just on the field, off the field. He's a very intelligent guy as well. That always helps in terms of just his ability to pick up what we were doing at a pretty fast rate.
With him being player of the week, is that something that you recognize in the locker room, or is it kind of
Of course, absolutely. We recognize that in the team meeting, and congratulate him, and then it's all right, on to the next.
Were you as shocked as everyone else that he never had 3 sacks in a game before? That seems.
I was. I questioned Wallers after the game. It really should have been a 4th, but unfortunate penalty right there.
Micah felt the same way too, by the way.
Yeah, I think Micah was right.
Pittsburgh gave up 32 points week 1 to the Jets, but since then they did pretty good up until the Cincinnati game. What changes did you see Mike and Terrell make in this season so far?
I think just in comparison, because obviously it's not an opponent we see every year, but you can definitely see there's some similarities between 2 years ago. I think they've upgraded some of the talent. They still got the front, which is phenomenal. It's one of the best in football, but they've upgraded in some areas, and I think they've gotten much more aggressive with their scheme. I mean, a lot more man coverage than we saw a few years ago. So it'll be interesting to see how they try to attack us, and but they're very competitive, and they've really feasted on sacks and takeaways, and you see it in every game. I mean, there's a lot of carnage in the backfield, and they do a great job of getting the ball out, whether it's through interceptions or forcing fumbles. But their style of play is as good as it gets in this league.
Matt, what does Ramsey look like at this stage of his career?
He can do it however he wants to. He can play inside, outside. Shoot, they got him back at safety. He's obviously a very talented player, but you can tell in order to be able to do all that, you better be pretty intelligent, and he's just that.
Matt, what's your plan with Devontae Wyatt this week, and what's your plan with Brandon McManus this week?
So Wyatt, he'll get out there for practice today, and we'll just see how he progresses through the week. Obviously, he's got to prove it. And McManus, he will not be kicking today. He'll kick tomorrow, or at least that's the plan as of right now.
You know what, Colby and Carl will play well, but what would it mean to get Devontae back?
Well, I mean, those guys have done an outstanding job. I think really all four of those guys that have gone in there. I think, Stackhouse and Brinson have played pretty well as well. But Heavy D, he's been really impactful in a lot of these games, both in the run game and in the pass game, getting pressure on the quarterback, doing a great job just playing his role. Really talented. I think he's really coming into his own, this year.
Matt, when you got Micah, it obviously meant fewer snaps for LVN, but it also meant Kingsley's situation was a little fluid. What do you think of how he's responded and what he's given you, even though his snaps haven't been the same?
Yeah, I think, you can feel his impact. JJ does a great job going in there and playing the game the way it's meant to be played. He plays with great physicality. He uses his hands well. He's been a real force, I think, in our run defense. But, yeah, it's just all these guys, every situation is going to be a little bit different in regards to how many snaps you're going to get, and you just got to make the most of them when your number's called.
You've faced, obviously, like every great pass rusher this year. What does TJ do that's a little bit different than some of those other guys you've gone against?
Well, they're all similar in regards to their ability to get to the quarterback, but it's not just TJ. I think he's the lead dog, but they've got a lot of rushers. Herbig's been very impactful on the edge. Obviously, Hayward inside. And some of the role players have done a great job as well. They got a really formidable front that does a great job, not only in the pass game, but in the run game as well.
How did Rodgers help you when you first got here with your early on in your career?
In what aspect?
Having a quarterback that was a veteran and playing as well as he was.
Yeah, it was just, like I said earlier, it was a really good collaboration. Obviously, you come in with some ideas of how you want to do things, and then you get with a guy like him and you learn some other things. Like, one of the things that I thought he does as well as anybody in the game is just how important and the use of cadence is. Like, there's been nobody like him, in my opinion, in the history of the game. Just his ability to get free plays. And I know that's just a small example, but I'm not going to come in here and say, hey, this is how we're going to do this, when he already does it at a really high level. And so there was a lot of, I would say, give and take in regards to what we were going to do offensively, and just working through that process. And the only way you can do that is you got to spend a lot of time with one another. And there was a lot of back and forth, and I think we got to a really good spot.
I asked you on Monday how he looks. Now that you've had maybe some more time, how's he looked?
He looks like he can still do anything. What's surprising for such an old man, he's still moving around pretty good too. So you've seen it in multiple games. He had an off schedule the other day versus Cincinnati where they drop 8, and he's running back and forth the field, throws a touchdown pass. Obviously, the one to Freiermuth, that 70-yarder he got out of the pocket, made a hell of a throw on that one. The arm strength is still plenty there. You see it you especially saw it on the Hail Mary. I don't know many guys that can throw the ball over 70 yards in the air. I'm not quite sure how far it went, but had to have been at least 70 yards. It's still pretty impressive what he can do. He can throw with pinpoint accuracy. There was one, I know the ball ended up getting picked off, but it's 2-man on DK, and he threads the needle, and the DB just ripped it away. but it was a great pass. It's just, this guy is extremely accurate, and he can, if you give him just a sliver of light, he can fit the ball in there.
Is it even possible to throw a schematic wrinkle at him that he hasn't seen at this point? And if not, like, how do you beat a quarterback that has seen all of that?
Yeah, it's really, really, really difficult. The best way to beat a quarterback is to get him on his back. Because like I tell our guys all the time, it's hard to throw when you're on your back. So our pass rush is going to have to be on point, and we're going to have to do some things in terms of our coverages, and sometimes you got to hit in terms of what they're calling versus what you're calling, and hopefully that he has to hold the ball a little bit longer than he'd like, and you can win a matchup up front.
Yeah, how hard is it to get him on his back though? You mean,
It's very difficult.
his time to throw is like the second fastest in the
Yeah,
league.
I think a lot of that has to do with, if you give him some room, he's going to take advantage of all the run alerts that they're going to have. And shoot, we saw that for years. Just his ability to get the ball out of his hands is so quick, and it's so accurate. It allows those guys to run after the catch. I mean, I showed a bunch of them to the team today in regards to just they're gonna try to get DK the ball, and as well as their other receivers, but just the variety of different ways that they do that, whether it's down the field throws, whether it's off their play action game, or it's those quick run alerts, and he's dangerous in every facet of that.
You talked about what he looks like now, and you talked about the first year with him, but when you guys in 20 and 21, how do you view kind of those 2 years, the connectivity you two had and the way he played? I mean, is that kind of the gold standard of what the offense could look like when things are really clicking?
Yeah, I mean, we were rolling, and we had a lot of great players around him, which I think football's more than just a one-man show, but certainly there were some situations where we were missing some guys, and he was still out there, facilitating the offense and making it move at a high level. So, and that's what the great quarterbacks do. They can do less, or they can do more with less. And when those situations arose, he always delivered.
Regarding your offense, with the passing game statistically, you rank pretty high in a lot of categories: completion percentage, average per catch, rating, yards after the catch. Is there anything statistically you see that you would like to be better at in the passing game?
I try not to pay attention to the stats too much. I just try to look at the tape. Yeah, there's a lot of things that we got to get better at. And a lot of it's interesting just to see how people want to attack us. And that kind of dictates what you can call. And, so without giving too much away, I'll be interested to see how Pittsburgh wants to attack us.
Matt, Josh has been an engine for you guys since last year, but he does have 2 touchdowns in 3 straight games. I guess what can you say about how he's playing right now and just the general value add that he gives your offense?
Well, I showed a couple plays, because we had the guys were off on Monday for meetings, and I showed a couple plays from that game. One was a play that we ended up hitting Rome on late, and just his ability to strain in pass protection to give Jordan a couple hitches to make the throw was pretty unbelievable. But the other one was when we're 2nd and 5 at the end of the game, and we blocked the play, and it's probably blocked for a -3 yard loss, and he's able to get all the way down to the 1 yard line. I mean, it just he plays with the mentality and he's going to find a way to get it done, and that's what you appreciate so much about him. But it's not an accident. It's no surprise to me just watching how the guy practices every day. He goes out there and he gives maximum effort in practice, and I'm a big believer that that's going to translate to Sundays.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks.
Thanks, Matt.